Spring gardening is supposed to be magical, right? With seeds sprouting, the birds chirping in the background, and butterflies flying around and doing their thing. But let me tell you, this season has come in like a wrecking ball. Between the storms, greenhouses not staying shut, greenhouses coming down, and life basically throwing hands, it has been a journey. Hey you all, before we move on with the video, I want to give a huge thank you to all of you who are part of this community. In the last 28 days, we have grown by 3,000 plus subscribers, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am for your love and support of this channel. Without you, we could not grow. And with that said, we've surpassed the 5,000 goal of subscribers in the giveaway. And if you stick around to the end of the video, we're going to announce that winner. So let's get into the video and let's talk about these 5 mistakes I made this spring. Okay, like I just said, I'm going to talk about the 5 mistakes I made early on in this garden season and how I am fixing it and preparing for this Texas heat, because growing in Texas isn't just about growing plants, it's about keeping your plants from turning into crispy tenders. So with that said, let's talk about the first mistake. The very first mistake I made was early on in January. This house came with an existing greenhouse, and we had switched out the door on that greenhouse to a door that had glass in it so we could get more sunlight into the greenhouse. So I had started all of my strawberry crowns, and they were stunning. They were growing beautifully. I'd started my first round of tomatoes, my first round of sweet peppers, and a lot of my medicinal herbs. And I had, so true to Texas weather, because one day it's spring, one day it's summer, the next day it's winter, the bipolar weather kicked in and we had a pretty good cold snap, and I had went into the greenhouse, put in put in 2 heaters, shut the door, and went in for the night. Got up the next morning to let the chickens out, walked by the greenhouse, and the door was wide open. And that's because when I went in there to check to see why the door was wide open, a pretty little feral cat had jumped out, and you know, you can't blame her. It was cold and she wanted to be warm, and there were heaters in there. But I ended up losing all 100 crowns of my strawberries, almost all of the first tomatoes I started, and all of the sweet peppers, and about half of the medicinal herbs. So I had to restart again and start everything all over, which was going beautifully, which leads me to mistake number 2. So as it goes, this greenhouse is pretty small, and as you start things, you know, things begin to grow and you have to move them in and out. So I had one of those small, kind of like pop-up greenhouses, and I've used them in the past. I've never had any problems with them. Got one up, got it all secure, moved the mature plants that I had started and were now growing into that greenhouse, started new seeds, and got that going. Everything was going great, and we had this crazy windstorm that took place. Now, I kid you not, when I went out to check the greenhouse the next morning, there were trash cans that were still standing. There were plastic pots still on the table that didn't move, and it looked like someone had grabbed the top of the greenhouse and did this. And so the bottom end was secure and in place, but the top end was just completely demolished. So I lost almost all of those plants. So we had to go into round 3. And so once I started those, that leads to mistake number 3, thinking I was invincible. So I've only had the flu in my entire lifetime 3 times. Once when I was like 19, the other one was in my mid-30s, and then the recent one. Now, that was at the beginning of March, about the time you're supposed to be prepping your garden and getting it ready and all that stuff. So when you get past your last frost date, you can get your stuff into the ground. Well, I got pretty sick, and in the process of all of that getting sick, my middle child, he started having these abdominal pains, and so that led to doctors and doctor visits and being sick, and then we had birthdays, and the list just goes on and on and on till it peaked, and he had to have surgery. And so life really kind of threw hands with me, and the garden just kind of sat. We didn't do anything with it. Okay, so mistake number 3, like I just said, I didn't prep my beds. And of course, the rain came, and oh my God, the swamp in my garden was horrible. I couldn't do anything with it. I just had to let it sit. Well, in the process of letting it sit, we have Bermuda grass here, and it just took over. and it was some of the hardest things to get out of my existing beds, because I've been building the soil now for 2 years on top of the clay, and it was horribly bad. And at one point I was pretty sure that garden said, I'm gonna make this bitch tap. And it almost did. I almost gave up, but I didn't give up, and I got in there and we all worked together. We got the beds prepped, we got the mulch in, and before you know it, it was time, you know, to get everything done. And of course, you know, like I said, mistake number 5 was underestimating the amount of clay that is in our soil and how much water it holds. And it was horrible. I had to wait, I want to say a good 2 weeks before we could even get in and prep those beds. So if you are in North Central Texas and you are struggling with the heat, the clay, the water, the sand, and all the things that go with gardening in ground in Texas, you are not alone, and it is not for the faint of heart, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone who is doing it. And I promise you, I tapped, because I'm putting in garden bed, or not garden beds, I'm putting in raised beds next year. I am not tackling this garden again. It is ridiculously bad. And for those of you who are unaware about what's going on in Texas with the weather, I am sitting here at 9 o'clock in the morning. It was 102 yesterday, and it was May 14th. It is too early for this kind of heat, and so now we're going to have to prep the gardens and get shade cloths up that we wouldn't normally put up until mid-June. We'll be getting that done this weekend, or well, I was hoping for this weekend, but we have thunderstorms all weekend. Again, bipolar weather, Texas. Hey, yay for us. So now that the beds are laid and the plants are, you know, in the ground, now we got to get the lighter mulch around them so we can keep the moisture in the soil. We won't have to water as much, and we'll keep that soil a little bit cooler so our plants and our roots don't dry out as much on these baby plants. Thankfully, we have a long growing season, so we don't have to worry like some of you. So some of you have short growing seasons. You know, I'm really sorry that you do, but thankfully we don't. Our biggest thing is just getting through the heat from, well, normally is mid-June until the end of September, is now kicking up mid-May, and we'll be probably through mid-September. Maybe even to the 1st of October, we'll see the heat. Now that I mentioned North Central Texas, because that's where I am, I want to give you guys some bonus tips. Those of you who are coming into Texas from different states who've been asking me questions about how do I make my garden survive this summer. In Texas, there's a few simple things that you can do. One of the very first things that you need to do is get a mulch around the bottom of your plants. That helps to keep your soil from not being so hot and burning up the roots. It also helps to maintain the moisture in the soil, so we're not having to water as much, and therefore we're not having a lot of the diseases that we see that come with heat in summer and watering. Also, water first thing in the morning. You don't want to water in the evening, because the leaves don't get enough time to dry, and then you're looking at mold and mildews and just different things that can cause even further damage on your plant. The Texas summer might be brutal, but I'll be ready for it with a hose in one hand and a fan in the other, and we'll get through it. All of us will get through it. We get through it every year. Gardening should never be about perfection. It simply should be about showing up and learning as you grow. So if your spring garden didn't go as well as you thought it would this year, don't worry, you're not alone, and we're all laughing through the heat strokes. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we are going to announce our giveaway, and that was for our goal for reaching 5,000 subscribers on this channel. We reached that and surpassed it. I think we're almost to like 7,500 subscribers, and again, I cannot thank you all enough for showing up. It means the world to me that you are all here. With that said, Lisa, and I hope I spell or say your last name right, Canberry, you are the winner of the Lush and Dew Seed Treasure Box. I will be reaching out to you to get your shipping information and to get that out to you. And as always, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification button so you know when new videos come out. And if you would be kind enough to give this video a thumbs up, it helps our channel to grow. And as always, no matter how you do it, you keep growing. Bye-bye, y'all.